Hey Prosperity team, how you guys doing? I know it's been a while since I made a video. I'm going to be setting up a group chat that has these videos, only these YouTube videos, and I want you guys to watch them on repeat. This will be very, very effective training. It'll be very useful info, and if you utilize the info, you'll do very well, and we'll get a nice pipeline of people and get some new clients. It'll be excellent. I'm going to rewind back to Zillow calls, the first video in this group chat, only for YouTube videos, only for training videos, is going to be all about Zillow calls and how we should take them. Maybe one video, maybe two. I might do further explanation with a secondary video. And I would love for you guys to practice with family and friends, some of what we discuss, or even try to set a time with me and we can practice together. Zillow normally sends you information through the Premier Agent app. A picture will come up with the property. Maybe it says their name, maybe it's an email address or a nickname. And if you do not have that info on hand when the Zillow call comes in, have a pen and paper or have your phone ready to make some notes, okay? Again, let's go through a script. The Zillow phone is, the number pops up, the Zillow call is coming in. You connect and it sends over the picture. It's somebody's name and it's the property and the day and time they want to see it. That'll be the first scenario. The second scenario that we're going to go over is if it's a nickname or an email address, or you didn't even get any info, you just connected, okay? But we always want to introduce ourselves. That's the first step. Introduce yourself. I'm John Servo with the Prosperity team at Exit Realty Island Elite. Again, first case scenario, it said all of their info. I just want to confirm your name, all right? Am I speaking with Anthony? Am I speaking with Marjorie? Confirm their name before the connection or after. Again, we're going to go through and repeat. I'm John Servo with the Prosperity team at Exit Realty Island Elite. Am I speaking with Anthony? Am I speaking with Marjorie? If it did not say their info, or after. If it did not say their info, it was a nickname, it was an email address. Hi, I'm John Servo at Prosperity Team at Exit Realty Island Elite. I just want to ask, who am I speaking to? Also, give them a nice greeting. Don't just jump right into the information and never be too direct. It's nice to meet you. How are you? Okay, very cool. I just want to confirm the property that you are calling about. I see you're calling about 123 Main Street in Rocky Point. I see that you want to see it on Monday at noon. We're confirming the day and time. We are always suggesting a secondary date and time, okay? You want to be as helpful as possible. You're introducing yourself, you're confirming their name. You should use their name during the phone call repeatedly to show them that you're attentive. The first 30 to 60 seconds of these calls is your first impression. The first impression dictates whether or not these people are going to think we're professional and we're attentive and if we can actually help them. Please remember that, okay? So after you've introduced yourself, they know who you are, and you've confirmed who you're speaking to, you know who they are, you're confirming the property that they're calling about. You can even ask if they're interested in any other properties that they've seen on Zillow, and tell them that you'd be happy to help them look up the other properties and that you'll give them all the information when you call them back. This is all going back to keeping the calls brief, but again, very efficient and very professional and attentive, okay? So we've confirmed the property, we've confirmed the day and time with them that they want to see it, and we have asked for a secondary date and time. Great. I'm going to give you a call back in a little while. After I look into this, I'm going to text you my business card from my phone number so you have my info. Please consider me your connection. You do not have to call Zillow and speak to random agents. You can text me or call me directly, and I'd be happy to help. Amazing first call. Then you tell them you'll be in touch. Take care. You can answer any of their questions during the second call. That second call and that callback is very, very important. I think the first call should really just be this information. finding out what property they're looking into, finding out when they want to see it, finding out if there's a secondary date and time. You're getting their contact info and they're getting yours, and you're going to call them back. That's it. View this segment of the video as part 1, okay? If you do happen to call them back and they answer, they're more serious than a window shopper or a tire kicker. It's great that they're going to take the call and you're communicating again. I recently went through some of the fair housing training at the office, and how we approach discussions related to financing is very important. We want to come off sensitive to the fact that discussing finances can be something that comes off intrusive. You don't ever want to come off as rude or being too direct. So the next part of the video is going to be just about vetting the client and seeing how serious they are and setting up a timeline, okay? You want to ask them, hey, I called about 123 Main Street. It's available. It's a go and show. It's vacant, okay? That's great because it doesn't require a pre-approval or a proof of funds. Anybody can go. I'm talking to you guys now as the agents, okay? But you can ask, are you shopping with a pre-approval or cash to make this purchase? Let's just say they're not pre-approved, okay? Let's assume that they're not. Can I provide you with information for a lender? We would want to eventually make sure the people that we're going to take out on showings are pre-approved or they provided us a proof of funds. You got to get very good at getting uncomfortable and having these conversations. Again, this is the secondary callback. Maybe you looked at the properties, they're all go-and shows, they're all vacant, no pre-approval, no proof of funds is required. That's great, but you might want to find out if they're pre-approved, if they know what a pre-approval is, or if they have a proof of funds, because you can give them one showing or even 2 showings in one day without it, and that's great, and that will be our policy and our protocol. Please remember that. 1 showing or 2 showings without a pre-approval or a proof of funds. If it's a vacant property, it's an easy show. But you should know whether or not they are pre-approved or have the proof of funds, and then you're sticking to 1 showing or 2, okay? So change up the scenario just a little bit, okay? You call the agent, you find out about 123 Main Street in Rocky Point, and they require a pre-approval. They require a proof of funds. It says it right there in the agent-only remarks or in the showing time instructions, okay? If that is on the MLS, you can screenshot it and you can send it to the client because you should have their number and they should have yours. And you can let them know that it is required. Some sellers and agents require a pre-approval for showings. It is not my policy. It is not my procedure. This is not the company I work for. I told you before when I introduced myself, I work with Exit Realty Island Elite. This is Coach Realtors. This is EXP, whatever. The seller selling the home has asked for a pre-approval or proof of funds before anyone can request a showing. I'd be happy to provide you with one of the lenders we work with if you'd like to work on the pre-approval and then go and see the home. I'm sorry, again, not my policy or protocol. We can even look up other properties that don't require it. I'd be happy to show you 1 or 2 homes on the same day, and then we could stay in touch about your communication with the lender, and the lender will stay in touch with me about your progress related to your pre-approval. And then we'll go shopping and we'll look at 30 homes in one day. Always make a joke, keep it lighthearted. But again, our policy and procedure needs to be uniform for everybody. Fair housing is no joke. The conversations related to financing are no joke. Okay, so if the pre-approval is not required, we can explain to them that we'll show 1 property or 2 properties in the same day, and that we would stay in touch with them and the lender about their progress. If they have a pre-approval and proof of funds, and it does need to be required to see the property, You are then faced with the awkward conversation of requesting their pre-approval, requesting a proof of funds. You could tell them that afterwards, after it's shared with you, that you erase it from your phone. We have to abide by a certain level of confidentiality. If they're sending you a if they're sending you a proof of funds for $500,000 or $600,000, they can redact their personal info. They can use the little markup on the iPhone and black out their info and send you a proof of funds for you to email to the listing agent so you can get into that house. I'm seeing more and more often that people that have a very strong pre-approval and proof of funds, they don't really hesitate in providing it. They may ask a question or two. You can assure them that we are operating in confidence and confidentiality. They can redact their info. It gets sent over. You got a showing. Perfect. But again, the most important thing is that the discussions related to financing and how we treat everybody stays uniform and equal. I want to let you know the home that you're seeing, 123 Main Street, doesn't require pre-approval or proof of funds. If I find one or two other listings that don't require it, I'd absolutely show you them. Then we'd stay in touch. I'd provide you with the lender's info, and I'd nurture you along till you get pre-approved. Perfect. Person has a pre-approval, proof of funds, no big deal. Hey, it's needed. Please send it to me. You can redact the info. I'll erase it afterwards. I'm going to get you into this house. Excellent. This is how to deal with people that are actually qualified, people that are not, but making sure that we do treat them the same. Okay. I hope this was helpful, guys. And again, quick recap. Introduce yourself, confirm who they are before or after the connection, confirm the property they want to see, confirm the day and time, propose a secondary date and time. You can, on the second call, ask them if they're shopping with the pre-approval or cash. And then if they are not, you can provide contact info for a lender. Some sellers and agents require it for showings. It is not our policy and procedure, but if they are able to see go-in shows or vacant, properties, it's our policy and protocol that we will show you one or two, then we nurture you along. That's perfect. All right, guys, hope this was helpful. 12-minute video. Watch it on repeat, practice, and go out there and slay it. Talk to you guys soon.